TYBCOM Semester 6 Human Resource Management. We would be covering Module 4 Trends in HRM. This module is divided into 3 parts. In this particular video, we will be covering Part 1. This is the disclaimer. This video is being prepared for the Institute of Distance and Open Learning, University of Mumbai. The first part of this video, we will be covering HR as a challenging environment, competencies, concept classification and creating an innovative organization, learning organization, innovative culture, concept, need, and managerial role. What is competency? Competency refers to the knowledge and skills that enable effective performance of any activity or job. Basically, competence में employees के पास ऐसे skills और abilities होने चाहिए जिससे वो एक काम को बखूबी निभा सके. Let's take an example. For example, competency of a salesman. The salesman needs to have some kind of IQ and EQ level. Let's say negotiation skills, decision-making skills, communication skills, convincing skills. So all these comes under competency. Let's take a few examples of different competencies. Initiative and creativity. Every employee needs to be creative in their work. They have to take initiative as and when required. Another competence could be judgment. Judgment enables employees to use their logic to reach to appropriate solutions and decisions. Cooperation and teamwork. It is very important for employees to work in a harmonious environment and respond positively to instructions and procedures. It's very important for employees to work as a team and complete deadlines on time. More importantly, teamwork includes working and cooperating together and sharing critical information with every individual in a particular team. Quality and quantity of work. Quality means to do the work perfectly and lower down on your errors, which leads to productivity. And quantity means maintaining standards yet doing it in deadline. Reliability. What is reliability? Completing the work in a timely and orderly manner and being committed and dedicated to the work. Commitment to safety. Every employee must comply with the safety policies. Job knowledge means they should possess the relevant skills and knowledge of the job to undertake tasks effectively. Communication. Communication means to effectively speak and communicate to everyone in meetings as well as in day-to-day work. Customer service involves resolving customer problems as well as enhancing customer satisfaction. Problem solving is a very critical competency which enables decision making and helps the employee to come to the right solution. Let us now discuss the classification of competencies. Organizational competencies. The mission, vision, values, and culture of the organization sets the tone for which the work of the organization is carried out. For example, the focus of the organization is customer orientation. Therefore, all the activities will be organized to meet the goal of customer satisfaction. If the focus of the organization is to earn profits and lower costs, The entire resources will be organized to meet this goal of profits and cost cutting. What are core competencies? Core competencies are very general but specific to an organization. So the core competencies could be different from one organization to the other. So if one core competency of an organization would lie in technology, others, the competency organizational, the core competency for the other organization could be processes, methods, right? So it could be excellent customer service, it could be expertise in technology, it could be building dealers relations. Okay, next one is technical competency. Technical competency is let's say for an accountant, so the accountant needs to have exceptional knowledge of accountancy, otherwise it could create performance related issues. Behavioral competency. Behavioral competency is very important to the organization, especially for superiors and managers, because they need to have the ability to command and at the same time get respect from their subordinates. Next is functional competencies. What are functional competencies? So let's take an example of HR manager. So the HR manager should have the competence of, knowing the various functions of HRM, motivating the HR department, hiring proper professionals. All these are functional competencies. Cross-functional competency. Cross-functional competency is defined where an employee has the skills and abilities to work in multiple functional teams. So an employee could be efficient in finance, marketing, operations, HR. So the employee would have an overall competency of working in more than one department. Next is individual competencies. Individual competencies include reliability, commitment, effective communication, judgment skills, decision making skills. Business competencies. Business competencies include having work ethics, being ethical and having integrity, taking your own responsibility and ownership, attributing your abilities so that customer is happy and loyal. Next is management competencies. What are management competencies? That managers need to have. That is planning skills, organizing skills, directing skills, monitoring skills. There is one more competency which I have not mentioned in the slide, that is leadership competency. Leadership competencies include resourcefulness, result oriented, being committed and enthusiastic, and as a leader one must be having the ability to influence others positively. So these are the classification of various competencies that employees, leaders, managers of an organization could possess. What is learning organization? Learning organization is the one that has developed the capacity to continuously learn, adapt, and change. This definition was given by B.P. Robbins and M. Coulter. Peter Senge popularized the concept of the learning organization through his book, The Fifth Discipline. A learning organization is a company that facilitates the learning of its members and continuously transforms itself. So basically, an organization that is adaptable to learn, accept change, and transform itself is called as learning organization. What are the characteristics of a learning organization? The first characteristic of a learning organization is systems thinking. A learning organization involves system thinking. What is system thinking? System thinking is where every individual understands that he is a part of the entire system, and therefore the individual works not for his individual betterment but for the betterment of the organization. Every single individual plays an important role in the overall organizational performance. Every learning organization needs to have a collaborative learning culture and adopt systems thinking. The second feature of learning organization is personal mastery. What is personal mastery? Employees gain knowledge and skills through training and development and work experience. It is very, very important that employees need to continuously improve through committed and dedicated learning. Research also indicates that most learning at the workplace is incidental rather than on account of formal training. That is, an individual needs to take initiative to learn. It is usually observed that more than formal training, the employee learns while he is doing some work. Corporate learners must develop an attitude of continuous learning approach, also called as lifelong learning perspective. The third feature of learning organization is mental models. According to Peter Senge, mental models should be acknowledged and challenged in order to move beyond unfavorable behaviors and assumptions. Every employee should understand that innovation always has a room. That is, every employee must be encouraged to find out and to experiment new aspects. It definitely has certain risks, but trying something new will always allow people to learn from their mistakes. And only when people work will they do mistake, and only when they do mistake will they learn. The next feature is team learning for shared vision. Team learning is very, very important. Employees can learn as a team by attending webinars, setting up e-learning blogs. Leaders and learners can be active on social media. Regular meetings with their team leaders can be held so that employees are continuously learning, and team learning is important so that each other discuss their problem and come up with a collective solution to the problem. Online training today has become very, very popular. An organization should set up an online training repository where all the employees can share their learning ideas. Role of a leader in a learning organization is very, very important. A leader is the one who emphasizes that the subordinates must fulfill or work towards the vision and challenge of the organization. The leader must also motivate the employees to acquire the vision and work towards it with motivation. Empowerment of team members is another feature of a learning organization. Learning organization works towards empowerment of its members. When I'm saying empowerment, I mean employees have to be made to be feel empowered so that they can make their own decisions and learn from their mistakes. Decisions have to be taken by the employees, and thus employees must be given an atmosphere where they feel empowered. Next is innovation and change, which is another feature of a learning organization. What is innovation and change? Like I mentioned previously, individuals must be challenged to come up with innovative ideas. Innovative ideas generally leads to change, and learning organization enables learning, innovation, and accepting that change gracefully. The last feature of a learning organization is having a customer-centric client. Customer-centric client is an approach of doing business that focuses on creating a positive experience for the customer. Who would not like to have an entire bunch of customers who are satisfied? It is very, very important that companies understand the customer's philosophy and operations that has to be centered around the customer. Why do successful organizations succeed? They succeed because they have a proactive approach of learning. They all are customer centric. Thus, what happens if a company adopts a learning organization framework? It basically generates innovation, effective teamwork, improvement in quality, high morale and job satisfaction of employees, increase in the efficiency, corporate image, and most importantly, profit levels and customer satisfaction is enhanced if a company adopts learning organization. Let us now discuss how can organizations create an innovative organization. Innovative organizations encourage employees to come up with new and creative ideas. The entire innovative organization enables an employee to contribute to the entire creativity of an organization. However, it is very, very important to create an atmosphere so that the employees can come up with innovative ideas. An organization has to change its approach and make the employee accept mistakes but not punish those employees who make them. If employees make mistake, they should not be punished. Otherwise, no employees will come up with innovative ideas. What could be the approaches that the organizations could adopt to create an innovative organization? The first one could be that the companies could give autonomy to the employees. What is autonomy? Autonomy means freedom. Companies should not make employees feel suffocated. Suffocation reduces the creativity level of the employees. Rules and regulations limit the freedom of human resources, and thus they are not able to think out of the box. Out of the box thinking is very, very important for employees to come up with new and creative ideas. It is the employee's ability that will contribute to the creative process, but the company, the superior, has to give autonomy to the employees so that the employee comes up with something different and new, which indirectly is going to help the employees and the organization to perform better. The second approach that the company can adopt is by providing adequate resources. Innovative organizations must make it possible for employees to convert their ideas into reality by providing them with adequate resources. It's not that employees should just come up with innovative ideas, but to put that innovative ideas in place, that is to implement those innovative ideas, is also the responsibility of the company, where the company has to give them enough resources so that those innovative ideas could be put forward. Those could be in the form of any kind of financial resources, physical resources, and such kind of resources should be provided by the company. Focus on research and development. Innovative companies definitely have their major emphasis on R&D. Definitely, research and development is a costly affair, but research and development leads to highly innovative products. Companies do not feel this as an expense. They should feel that it is an investment, and research and development definitely enhances innovation. Companies should make efforts to allocate time for ideas. Today, even if you go to see, there are incubation centers by colleges. Institutions, reputed institutions, have incubation centers where they allocate special time for their students to come up with innovative ideas. Similarly, companies also could adopt this approach by giving or allocating one day for specially where the company will come up with innovative ideas. There could be one day in a week where the company will give their employees time for something new and creative. A company should not confine innovation only to one particular department. The company should extend these strategies to all departments and involve all departments that the company can towards their growth and development. The company should never ever discourage fear of failure. This fear of failure will never encourage employees to come up with new and creative ideas. New and creative ideas would come. They may be implemented, they may not be implemented. Even if they are not implemented, this message could be put to the employees in a very, very positive manner. If this is not taken care, the employees will never come up with ideas ever again. Accommodating leadership style. Managers as leaders are always primary to foster any kind of innovative thinking in their employees. Expecting the workers to do more in less time is one way to destroy them to do something extraordinary. The company should stop, or rather the leaders should stop their do more approach, and managers should give enough time and room to experiment and learn for their employees. The leaders should respect their subordinates. It is always said that subordinates respect the superiors, but when you have to create an innovative organization, the superiors, the top management also has to respect their subordinates. When a superior disregards the ideas of the employee just because they are subordinates, this will reduce the power of creative thinking, and the employees, the subordinates, will be totally reluctant to contribute to any kind of creative ideas. There should be a culture in the organization where the superior also respects the subordinates' thoughts, ideas, and the superior's ego does not come into place, because they should not feel that they are superiors and the ideas of the subordinates should be rejected. This should not happen in an organization which wishes to promote innovative organization. Recognize and reward innovation. This is another strategy that a company could follow by creating an incentive policy. Incentivization can definitely promote innovation amongst the employees. This will make them feel appreciated. They will feel that they are a part of the organization and the organization believes and trusts in them. They can come up with something new and unique in a way that the employee has never got such reward before. This would definitely motivate the employee to come up with something new and creative. Another approach that could be adopted for an innovative organization is open communication. Employees should feel free to communicate with their superior at any time. There should be a system of open communication throughout the organization, vertically, horizontally, okay, upward to downward, even downward to upward. Communication across the organization will definitely improve the quality of innovative ideas, because every member's ideas could be different, mindsets could be different, and thus open communication definitely enhances the innovation and creativity of employees. Thus, the organization can adopt these approaches to create an innovative organization. What is innovation culture? Innovation culture is an environment that an organization feels that everyone in the organization needs to develop an innovative idea. Organizations make their employees feel at whichever level, be it the top level or the bottom level. Innovation culture is having a work environment where every employee comes up with creative ideas. Employee is given that autonomy to come up with new ideas so that the company can adhere to changes and therefore competing with their competitors. The level of innovation totally depends on the quality and capability of their employees. Thus, innovation culture requires a lot of support from the top leaders as well as the middle and the lower level employees. Why is there a need for innovation culture? Innovation culture brings competitive advantage to the company. New products definitely can bring profits and thereby the companies can have a competitive edge over those of their employees. When the company develops competitive advantage, it definitely brings profits and these profits are ultimately transferred to the employees. Employees are motivated not only because of the rewards that they are giving, but because their ideas have been developed and motivated for implementation by the company. It ensures retention of competent employees. In every organization, there are about 10 to 20% of the total workforce who are highly competent, dedicated, and committed. The success of an organization largely depends on the contribution of these 10 to 20% employees. Thus, companies take a lot of effort to retain those employees. Expansion of business. Innovative culture helps the company to come up with new products and thereby bring corporate image, profit, fight competition, and thus expanding their business from the local level to the national level and then the international level. Innovation culture promotes growth of individual employees. Employees believe that career growth is valued by their employer and thus they are likely to come up with innovative ideas. It is a mutual interest that the company has to build. The company has to give opportunities for individual growth and the employee at an individual level will definitely contribute to the growth of the organization. Encouragement and autonomy will bring confidence in the employee. The company's employees will understand how to come up with innovative ideas, solutions to problems, and face challenges. All these aspects, by giving them challenges, will build confidence in the employees. Thus, innovative culture contributes to instilling confidence in the employees. Innovation culture also helps to develop harmony and teamwork. Harmony and teamwork is very, very important for a good work culture. Team members have to be supportive to each other. If there are continuous conflicts between the employees, this reduces the work potential of all the employees. Innovation culture is definitely important because it enables the company to adapt to the dynamic environment which is subject to continuous change. It also helps to develop growing needs of customers. How customers' needs are fulfilled because the employee, the internal customer of the organization is very, very happy and thus they come up with innovative ideas and this leads to customers' demands being fulfilled and thus direct growth and development of the company. What did we learn in this slide? We learned some contemporary concepts that companies must adopt in their organization. We learned how the HR department is continuously changing and thus the company has to work on the competencies of the employee, create an atmosphere for innovation and learning culture.
Thank you.